Okay, this video is about making an assignment in Schoology that is also linked to Turnitin so that students can submit written work to Schoology for grading and also to Turnitin for the originality report. So I'm in my course now. I'm going to create an assignment and I'll call that Turnitin Practice. Let's see, there we go. Okay. And then in the description, I would include my instructions, any resources, etc., whatever the students need in order to complete that assignment. And then I'm going to come down here. In this case, let's do this as a Google Drive assignment where it will make a copy of a Google Doc template for every student. So I'm going to come into my Drive. I'm going to choose the template that I want. And now it says it'll create a copy for each student. I come in under due date, select a due date, let's say October 31st. I'm going to select a grading category, all right, which in this case is just called practice, semester 1, and so forth. So the assignment is set up, but I want to link it to Turnitin. So I come up here to the external tool button. It's at the bottom of the description box, and I click on that. It'll bring up this menu. I choose the Turnitin, the second one there on the bottom. I'm going to call this Turnitin document. Oops. There we go. And hit submit. Okay. So now it's all set up. I've got it linked to Turnitin, and I create the assignment. There we go. Now I need to click back into the assignment. And there it is. And then come down here to where it says attachments, and you'll see the link to the Turnitin document. This is to get it set up in Turnitin so that it's active. So I go ahead and just click on that. It'll open up a new window with all of the settings. So for regular Turnitin users, these are the same kinds of settings you would see within the program itself. All right. And I'm going to scroll down. Let's say everything's the way I want it. And I hit submit. At the top, then it will say settings were saved successfully. If you have multiple sections, there will be a drop-down menu up here, and you can toggle through the sections and, again, do the settings and click submit to activate Turnitin for each of those classes. Okay. So once I've done that and I've been successful, now I can come back into my course. There it is, and it's shown for students. So let's take a look at this from the student perspective. I'm going to go ahead and log out and then log back in as a student. And there's my course. And I come in and I have this assignment that I'm supposed to do called Turnitin Practice. And there it is. So I'm going to go to my document and it'll make that copy for me. Once I have the copy of the document, I can then go ahead and work on it and write my text. Whatever it is that I'm filling in, this one you can see is already filled in on the template, but imagine students doing that. And then I'll go ahead and I'm ready, and I'm going to submit the assignment to Schoology. So now my teacher could grade it with the rubric or however it's being graded. But if I also need to turn it in, then I come back here and I click on that link under attachments, and that'll open up a window where I'll see and I'll have the opportunity to submit the assignment there as well to get that originality report. So I click upload submission. This is a cloud submission from Google Drive. And usually the very first document that displays will be the document attached to that assignment. So I just click on that, hit select, and now it will attach that document and submit it to Turnitin. So the student doesn't need to do anything here. It'll just, upload. They have the opportunity to review, make sure it's the right document, and then hit submit. And then it'll start running it through the system. And there it is. It says that it was submitted. It takes a moment for it to run the originality report, so they might not see that right away. But if they give it a moment, they'll be able to see that. So if they go back into the assignment now later, right, they can see that they submitted the document, and they can click on the Turnitin part here to see their originality report. So in this case, I'm going to have 0%. So no problem at all. It's all original writing. Okay. And that's how it looks like from the student side. So now let's go back to the teacher end of this to see what it looks like. I'll log out, log back in as the teacher. So here we go. When I go into the course, there it is. I have an ungraded assignment submission. So I go ahead and click on that, and it'll bring up the submissions. There it is. There's their work, and I can score that. I can also come back over here, and again, if I click on that link underneath attachments, it will take me right to that assignment in Turnitin. There it is. I can open up the paper there. I can see the similarity report, and I'm all set. So probably, if you're grading it within Schoology using those rubrics, you don't need to worry about the grading settings within Turnitin. It won't send that information into the program or anything. You can just leave it and just grade it here underneath the document. Nice job, Dan. 100 out of 100. And yeah, that's how you set up the assignment.